Hi, this is just a very quick movie to show you how to isolate something like these eyes and change the color in the eyes. This was a retouching done by a student. Here is the original one right down here, which had all the imperfections, and here's the retouched one. So I'm going to use the retouched one as my means of gathering those eye pupils, and I'm going to change the color on them. So watch what I've done already. I went over here and in the path palette I drew out the eyes. You see how I just drew them to my best of my ability? Just even though it's hard to draw them, I kind of just chose the halfway point, okay, of where the pupils were. So now I'm going to turn that into a selection by command clicking on it, and I'm going to go to Select, Modify Feather, and I'm going to give it a 1 pixel feather. Now all I'm going to do is hit Command J on this layer here, and it's going to make now the eye layer. So let me name it Eyes. Now they're currently brown, so what I want to do is level them off a little bit and remove the color. Okay, so I'm going to turn off all of this for now so you can see that they're just the pupils. I'm going to put a white layer below this temporarily. I'm just going to go Command Delete so it's a white layer. And I'm going to put that below the retouching because I want to be able to turn this back on so you can see what I'm talking about. But for now I'll leave the retouching thing back on. But realize that I'm actually now on these two little eyeballs right here on that layer. So I'm going to move to 1. Whatever I do to 1, obviously the other one is going to get lighter. So I want to permanently take away the color from these. So I'm going to go to permanently, not an adjustment layer yet, but I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and Hue and Saturation. So I'm going to desaturate those. So I've made them black and white. Now I'm going to hit Command L on those and bring up the brights a little bit and bring up the darks. So it gives me a nice basis to put in a color I want. Okay, now I'm going to make a new layer above it, and I'm going to call it Eye Color. And I'm going to choose just a blue. For now, it doesn't matter what color because I'm going to use a Hue and Saturation adjustment layer to adjust the color to anything I want. But I'm going to go to an intense blue, something like that. And then I can even make it darker or lighter. It doesn't matter. So now I just fill up this layer. Just go Option Delete and fill it up. Now I'm going to clip it to the eyes. So I hold the Alt or Option key, look what I'm doing, and clipping it to the eyes. Okay, now I'm going to put it on an overlay mode. Whoops, not a soft light mode, an overlay mode. It is, okay, I did put it on overlay. Now it's way too intense, obviously. So I need to now just go to the opacity and just knock the opacity back, and there is the colored eyes. Okay, and I made a clicky copy of the original one on top so I could just flip it on. There's the brown eyes, there's the blue eyes. Isn't that cool? Now all you have to do is click the Hue and Saturation adjustment layer, clip the adjustment layer to your eye color layer, just hold the Alt or Option key and clip it. Now if I bring over the Properties menu right here, look at how you can adjust it to any color you want just by sliding it. And that is how you change color on something. You isolate it onto a new layer, you remove the color with Hue and Saturation permanently using this Hue and Saturation. Then you just put a layer of color, this blue, doesn't matter what color it is as long as it's just a color, because you're going to put an adjustment layer on top, and in that adjustment layer you can use this to slide it to anything you want. Okay, so I think that's a pretty cool way to change the color on somebody's little face, on whatever thing you wanted to change color on. So don't just think this is how to change eyes. It's how to change any color on anything that you want to isolate. So remember that I used a path on a 1 pixel feather to make this layer that I'm clicking on. Okay, you can see it right there. And I just used a color layer that's clipped to it, so only the color shows up where the pixels are on this layer. And then I used a Hue and Saturation adjustment layer, and you're good to go. Thanks.